So the year was 1999, and I'd been playing golf for about a year, and I had the opportunity to watch a great ball striker, David Duval, here at the Phoenix Open. And boy, he put on a display of ball striking. At that time, he was #1 in the world, and for a reason. And I decided to model much of what I was doing in my golf swing after that golf swing. And doing so helped me become a very good ball striker really fast. Hey everybody, welcome back to beautiful Superstition Mountain. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about why I'm such a big David Duval golf swing fan and what elements of his golf swing I think can make us all much better ball strikers. So in 1999, I was 1 year into playing competitive golf, and my dad had kind of set up my foundation for golf along with my playing career as a baseball player, kind of set in motion my athleticism. But being able to use David Duval as somewhat of a swing model really helped me. And the reason it helped me is there were a lot of similarities between what he did and what I was intending to do. As a baseball player, I naturally was a big rotator. Well, David Duval was an awesome rotator. And some of the things that set him up to be able to rotate so well were how he gripped the golf club and the face conditions that he had, which necessitated some of the movement patterns we see with David. So when David swing a golf club, he set up with what was one of the more strong grips on tour at the time. He had a nice strong grip. He made a nice turn back and had the face in a strong, almost shut position. And then from there, he played an awesome little bullet fade. Well, in order to do that, he really had to be efficient at getting his body out of the way. Well, that was something that was natural for me, but as I took up the game, my ball wanted to go too far to the right because my club face was not in a strong enough position. So I copied David's grip, a little stronger, a little more strong club face, which allowed me to be able to turn through the strike better. So let me just show you what that looks like. So we're gonna be nice strong grip, good setup. Something like that. So you'll see there that my body turned that golf club into the ball. I didn't throw the club at the ball. And that's what I really see in David's swing, is he has a very aggressive turn through the golf ball. So I especially loved watching David from face on, where I could see the grip relationship and I could see how he turned through and put speed out front, out through the golf ball. He wasn't putting the speed back here behind the ball or at the ball. He was putting the speed through the golf ball, almost like he was throwing the golf club on a 45-degree angle up that direction. So it looked something like this, where he really went through it aggressively. And David's actually talked about that feel of really throwing the golf club that direction without too much twist in the face. He doesn't feel like he needs to twist it, which matches up because the face is already in a nice position. So all he has to do is just turn through it and get the energy out.
And he said, all right, now throw it directly behind you into the fence. I'm like, come on. He goes, no, trust me. If you try to roll, you're not going to do it particularly successfully. But if you get your hands going this way, getting the right going under the left, you can throw it behind you. And see where my wrist is?
I bet you can.
Again, watch where my wrist is, okay? And the face is still square.
And while for some, the idea of, or the feel he used of unloading the wrist this way may look a little scoopy, when you've got a dynamic pivot like his, you're not going to see those wrists actually unloading until out here in the front. So another thing you'll notice about Duval's golf swing was his head and his eyes. Those famous sunglasses. I wore these in honor of him today. As he turned through, it's almost as if his head led the golf swing. So he wasn't ball bound, he was going through the golf ball to the target. So that motion of the head going through the golf ball Most likely is not for everyone. Eye dominance plays a role there. I'm inclined to believe Duval was right eye dominant just based on his head motion. The more I've watched Duval and the more I've studied his golf swing, I see some things that I do a little differently by nature just because of my baseball career. Hitters in baseball don't have as much linear motion, and Duval had a little bit, he was a great rotator, but he definitely had a little bit more lateral motion, which called for his trail arm staying back behind him a little bit more. So he matched up that lateral motion with his trail arm being a little more back in this way. So like I was just describing, so that you can see from down the line what that looks like, his right elbow was more riding back in here because of the linear motion of his pelvis. Another matchup there might have been the way he gripped it with his right hand was a little more under as well, which required that to be a little more back. So some lessons we can take away from the awesome swing of David Duval. Number one, as strong as his grip was and as strong as those face conditions are, he was still able to play a controlled fade. And we're seeing more and more of that in today's game. We can see players with strong grips, strong faces, who are able to just unwind as fast as they want and hit these little hold cuts. It's an awesome way to play golf. You know, I've heard a lot people say that in order to hit a fade, you need a weaker grip and you need the face more open. And I actually find that that's not necessarily true. Most of the best faders actually have stronger club faces and stronger grips. Okay, so in honor of Duval, let's hit one more and see if I can really get around the corner left and hit that nice little bullet cut. Something like that. I'm not going to hit any better than that, so I'm done. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button. Come visit me at milolinesgolf.com, where we can help you learn to swing like an athlete and give you some one-on-one coaching that you need.